Over the last decade, Hollywood entered a phase where production budgets grew faster than audience turnout, marketing strategies shifted heavily toward global streaming-era thinking, and franchise expectations became increasingly difficult to predict. At the same time, a series of major releases underperformed compared to studio expectations, leading to cancellations, write-downs, franchise resets, and internal restructuring across multiple major studios. This breakdown examines 10 widely discussed Hollywood projects that became commercial underperformers based on reported budgets, box office results, and industry-reported losses. The focus here is not interpretation or commentary, but documented outcomes. By the end, one film stands out as the highest reported financial loss in a single entry from a major modern franchise. Each entry in this countdown is based on publicly available reporting from trade publications, studio financial disclosures where applicable, and widely documented box office performance data. Some of these projects became notable due to creative direction, others due to marketing strategies or franchise expectations, and others because of how significantly their returns deviated from production investment. The ranking is based on estimated financial loss, not cultural popularity or critical reception. With that clarified, the countdown begins. Number 10. Charlie's Angels, 2019. The 2019 version of Charlie's Angels attempted to reintroduce the franchise for a modern global audience under director Elizabeth Banks. The film was positioned as a refreshed interpretation of the original concept, with an emphasis on updated character framing and action storytelling designed for contemporary audiences. During promotional interviews, Banks commented on industry expectations for female-led action films and suggested that audience perceptions still lagged behind modern production trends. These comments were widely circulated during the marketing campaign. The film faced a competitive box office environment and did not achieve strong international momentum. Reported figures placed its global earnings at approximately $73 million against a production budget close to $50 million, excluding marketing costs. Earlier franchise entries had reached comparable numbers significantly faster, making the 2019 release a notable commercial downturn for the property. Number 9. Ghostbusters, 2016. The 2016 Ghostbusters reboot became one of the most analyzed entertainment releases of its year due to early audience response and media coverage surrounding its trailer launch. Director Paul Feig made remarks during promotional interviews criticizing certain aspects of online fan culture, which were widely reported and discussed across media platforms. When the first trailer was released, it received unusually high levels of negative feedback on public platforms, becoming one of the most disliked trailers in YouTube's historical rankings at the time. The response created a broader media conversation about audience feedback systems, online discourse, and expectations around franchise reboots. Sony later reported significant financial losses, with estimates exceeding $70 million. Planned sequel development and expanded universe concepts were discontinued. The franchise later shifted direction with Ghostbusters Afterlife, which returned to a legacy-focused storytelling approach. Number 8. Batgirl, canceled production. Batgirl was developed as part of a broader DC film expansion strategy during a transitional phase in Warner Bros.' leadership priorities. The production reportedly reached post-production stages with a budget of approximately $90 million. Following corporate restructuring under Warner Bros. Discovery, leadership reviewed the film and made the unprecedented decision to cancel its release entirely. Instead of a theatrical rollout or streaming debut, the project was fully written off for tax purposes. This decision marked a rare case in modern studio history where a completed superhero film was permanently shelved. The write-off was reported at approximately $90 million, and the cancellation also affected related DC development plans within the same production cycle. Number 7. Lightyear, 2022. Pixar's Lightyear was positioned as a spin-off from the Toy Story universe, focusing on the fictional in-universe inspiration behind the Buzz Lightyear character. The film became notable during its production cycle due to internal Disney discussions around representation goals, which later surfaced through reporting on a recorded internal meeting involving executives discussing content direction strategies. The film also included a same-sex relationship element that underwent revisions during production, being removed and later reinstated following internal discussions. Additionally, The decision to replace the traditional Buzz Lightyear voice associated with the Toy Story franchise created discussion among long-term fans of the series. International distribution was impacted, with the film being banned in multiple regions. Financially, Lightyear underperformed significantly, with estimated losses around $106 million, making it one of Pixar's largest commercial disappointments relative to franchise expectations. Number 6. Terminator: Dark Fate, 2019. Terminator: Dark Fate was designed as a direct continuation of Terminator 2: Judgment Day, ignoring several previous sequels in an attempt to reset the franchise continuity. The opening sequence made a major narrative shift by removing the central character from earlier installments, which restructured the franchise direction for new leads. During promotional interviews, director Tim Miller discussed character framing and audience interpretation, with comments that were widely circulated in media coverage. Despite strong franchise recognition, the film underperformed relative to expectations for a global reboot of a major science fiction property. Estimated losses reached approximately $122 million. The franchise has not produced a major theatrical continuation since its release. Number 5. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, 2023. The fifth Indiana Jones installment was developed as a final chapter for Harrison Ford's long-running role. The film carried one of the highest production budgets in modern franchise filmmaking, reportedly exceeding $300 million. The narrative structure focused heavily on legacy transition and introduced new character dynamics intended to continue the franchise direction. However, box office performance fell significantly below projections across multiple regions. Estimated financial losses reached approximately $143 million, making it one of the most expensive, underperforming legacy sequels in recent studio history. Number 4. Snow White, live-action production. The live-action Snow White adaptation became widely discussed during its production and promotional cycle. Lead actress Rachel Zegler made multiple public comments in interviews describing the original 1937 animated film as outdated in certain thematic and character interpretations, and discussed changes made for modern adaptation purposes. Disney also faced criticism regarding character representation changes, including the replacement of the traditional Seven Dwarfs with CGI reinterpretations. The production experienced extensive public scrutiny throughout its development and marketing phases. The film reportedly suffered a significant second-week box office decline and accumulated estimated losses exceeding $170 million, making it one of Disney's more expensive live-action remake underperformances. Number 3. The Acolyte, 2024. The Acolyte was a high-budget Star Wars streaming series developed for Disney+. With production costs estimated around $180 million, it became one of the most expensive Star Wars television projects to date. The series explored a pre-Skywalker timeline and focused on Jedi institutional dynamics and emerging conflicts within the Force mythology. During promotion, the showrunner described the project's thematic direction in interviews, which became widely discussed within entertainment media coverage. Audience retention declined sharply during its release window, and viewership drop-off rates were higher than comparable franchise series. The series was canceled after one season, with no continuation approved. Number 2. Strange World, 2022. Strange World was released as a Disney animated feature during the Thanksgiving release window. The film included a storyline involving family relationships, exploration themes, and a supporting character's romantic subplot. Disney's marketing approach for the film was significantly more limited compared to other major animated releases in the same period. The film underperformed globally and faced distribution restrictions in several international markets. Estimated losses reached approximately $197 million, placing it among the largest financial setbacks in Disney animation history. Following its release, Disney shifted focus toward established franchises for future animated projects, prioritizing sequels over original concepts. Number 1. The Marvels, 2023. At the top of this list is The Marvels, representing the largest reported financial loss associated with a Marvel Studios theatrical release. The film connected multiple characters introduced across previous Marvel projects, forming a continuation of existing storyline threads within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marketing emphasized ensemble structure and continuity from prior films and streaming series. However, pre-release tracking data indicated significantly lower audience anticipation compared to earlier MCU installments. The film opened with the lowest domestic debut in the history of the franchise and experienced rapid box office decline. Estimated losses reached approximately $237 million, according to industry reporting and studio analysis. Following its performance, Marvel Studios reportedly adjusted its production strategy, reducing output volume and reassessing franchise pacing. Across these 10 films and projects, combined estimated losses exceed $1.4 billion, based on reported budgets and box office performance data. The broader pattern reflects a period of transition in the entertainment industry, where studios navigated changing audience behavior, streaming expansion, rising production costs, and evolving franchise expectations. Some projects were canceled before release, others underperformed theatrically, and several led to strategic changes in studio planning. What remains consistent across all entries is the scale of investment versus the gap in return, which has become one of the most closely analyzed trends in modern Hollywood production cycles. This analysis will continue to evolve as new releases enter the marketplace and studios adjust their strategies in response to audience behavior and financial performance. Future breakdowns will continue tracking major franchise releases, budget trends, and box office outcomes as the industry shifts further into the streaming and hybrid distribution era. Subscribe for more structured, fact-based breakdowns of Hollywood's biggest industry shifts and performance trends.